Now the president of one of the largest teachers' union in the country, Randi Weingarten, is calling for a nationwide boycott on Target. She's upset, she says, over the company's silence on ICE. Former Education Secretary Betsy DeVos joins me now. Betsy, Weingarten is urging parents to basically choose what she says more ethical shopping alternatives for back to school. Why is she so insistent that a retailer needs to get political? I don't get it.
Well, that's a very good question, Ashley. And frankly, it just is another demonstration of how far afield this organization has continued to go and where its focus is, not on students and families and teachers, but on things totally outside of their bounds. And it's just ridiculous. 40% of kids in fourth grade can't read at grade level. You would think if they would spend their time and resources focusing on ways to help those students learn to read, it would be far better spent, especially in a back-to-school season when parents are looking forward to their children learning and doing new things and learning new capabilities.
Yeah, do the job you were hired for. Next one for you, Betsy. Education Secretary Linda McMahon says AI can be an effective tool in schools if it's used properly. Listen to this. I'll get your comment. All right. Apparently we do not have that, Betsy, but that leads to the question, where do you stand on AI in school?
Well, I think we all know AI is an inevitability in some form, and the key is going to be using it in ways that are actually additive to a child's learning. And I think there's a lot of questions, at the same time, a lot of opportunity. And we should not fear it, but we should respect and understand that this has got to be waded into very carefully and with intentionality to be helpful for student learning, not restrictive of and or reaping unintended consequences.
Betsy, the more we learn about AI, the more it appears that we are relying on it to pretty much do everything. And with regard to children and learning, when the answer is just one question away on your phone, how do you actually get kids to think for themselves? You can take away the screens for so long, but ultimately there is a risk, is there not, that you're relying on a tiny little, program on your phone to pretty much do all the work for you?
Well, again, this is a good example of why we need to be proceeding cautiously into how it's used and how students access it, and then how are we going to not only make sure students learn to think critically, to analyze things, to really judge whether what they're seeing, what they're reading is actually true or not. Those are all really big challenges. And I know they're challenges that can be overcome, but they have to be done so with eyes wide open and with great intentionality.
Exactly. All right. Very good. We'll have to leave it there. Betsy DeVos, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you, Ashley.